Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to do a quick video update on CLOV. If you were on the live stream earlier today, we kind of dropped off. I think I ended the stream somewhere around here, and we were still looking for a breakout above $11. The day kind of started off kind of like we talked about. We thought we were going to see some resistance around 10, which we did, but once we busted through, next resistance level was 11. Kind of exactly like we talked about in yesterday's video, that as we got to these highly concentrated areas in the option chain at 10, 11, and even 12, we would see some resistance. I didn't even expect this thing to, end up keep rolling up throughout the day, and eventually just have this monster move even in after hours. I mean, we finished the day almost up $3, 32%, and then gained an extra dollar in the after hours, putting the opening price for tomorrow's pre-market at somewhere around 12.92. I mean, that was a massive day for CLOV yesterday, and I think the big question is kind of like what to expect either tomorrow or looking forward. Well, if you remember my video yesterday, if you watched it, kind of one of the things I talked about was if we did have this, get into the 12s. I was thinking 12s, not even 13s, but if we kind of got to that point at some time this week, they'll extend the option chain. So I'm fully expecting tomorrow's option chain to kind of maybe come out with up to $30. Right now it goes up to a $22 strike. It should go up to 30. Maybe they'll even push it up to 35. To me, the higher the better, because as retail starts pumping in and more people jump into this stock, they could help load up that option chain, which will give us more fuel to keep moving higher. Right now, the only significant strike price left in the chain that has a huge open interest, I think, is the $15 strike, which has about 13,000, open calls in there. So that's probably going to be the next big resistance level that we should see this week. After that, let's see if we can pull this up. So here's the daily chart for CLOV. As you can see today, we got all the way up to 12. If everything holds tomorrow, we're going to open up somewhere around 13. And 15 up here is probably our next biggest resistance level in terms of the options activity. The next big one after that I could see would be the all-time high, which is up here at about 1747. Will we get there this week? It's kind of hard to say. I know everyone wants to know how high are we going to go? Are we going to get to 30? All that kind of stuff. What's important for me, I think it's better to set lower expectations and be super excited when we beat those expectations, instead of setting these lofty numbers and then not reaching them and be disappointed. What I see happening is, you know, at some point this week, I'm thinking conservatively, we'll probably get to that all-time high, um, you know, and either blow through it or hit resistance there and fall back. What I'm hoping for is once we pass that 15 and get up to the $17, even $18 area, when we do fall back, we find support at 15 now, which I think we will, because with the huge open interest, that may probably end up being the battle that we fight near the end of the week on trying to push that below 15 or keep it above. That's what I'm thinking. Now, with this, crazy after hours where, we just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, makes me feel pretty bullish about tomorrow. So my guess would be maybe tomorrow we see that same momentum and maybe even blow past 15 tomorrow and upwards, to that all-time high, which would be amazing. But I'm still expecting some consolidation and pullback this week. So I think it can happen either way. We either get hit hard tomorrow and drop and then rally and take off later in the week, which would be like, a Wednesday, Thursday scenario, or tomorrow the momentum keeps up, which is what I'm kind of feeling. And, maybe we hit resistance at 15 and fall back, or we keep going into Wednesday and get to that all-time high in the 17, $18 range and get our pullback. But either way, we are going to get some sort of dip, I think, this week. At least that's my expectation. Now, like I said, I'm trying to set the bar low, because really I feel like, this is something that can carry into next week and maybe even further before it really pops off. I've seen a lot of questions, some in the chat today on the live stream, some in comments on the videos. Is this thing going to get to 30? I mean, it absolutely could. Highly shorted, especially when they open up that option chain like I'm expecting them to tomorrow. If they do, or even on Wednesday, there's still, it doesn't expire until the following week, so that gives people time to keep loading that thing up for a gamma squeeze. You know, even if they don't, or even if we don't load up the option chain even more, though, there's more than 100,000 calls sitting between, I believe it's the $8 and $12 strike. So as we get to a $15 number, all of those calls are assumingly going to be sitting at one delta, which is a ton of calls that need to then be hedged and covered. And the higher we go, the more the option chain will work in our favor. And then there's the short interest. So, exciting times. I think this thing could go much higher. But, if I had to set a conservative, kind of price for this week at least, I'm thinking we close the week somewhere around 15. And that would be amazing considering where we started and the amount of growth that would be percentage wise, over a 5-day span. Hopefully I'm wrong and we blow this thing out the water and we are sitting at 30 by the end of the week. Either way, I'm going to be having fun. I'm going to be watching it. If you're free tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., I'm going to do another live stream. I'll try to keep it rolling throughout the week. If people jump on and want to, participate, leave some comments. I had fun today. It was my first live stream ever. I'm hoping tomorrow will be better. I'll see you then. Have a nice night.